This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Great job by our guys, hanging in there this second game. Obviously, the first game was super long. Got out of hand early. They just jumped all over us and made us pay for every pitch that wasn't located and, give them credit, TCU. But then second game, I thought we did a great job. Just came out, got a walk and a first pitch double, advanced a runner, and then sac fly. It was a good inning, and just guys had a little bit of an attitude for a team that just kind of got it handed to them. So I appreciate that. And we beat a good team today, that second game. Santa Clara is a solid team, veterans, and they can hit and pitch and field, and, two good wins against them in this tournament. So can't really remember that first game too much because it seemed like after the third inning, it was kind of a little bit of a blur.
Dave, what did you see out of Tigert today? Just how would you assess his start overall?
I thought he was really good. The first inning, he was a little erratic with his fastball. And then once he settled in and started throwing that first strike, they had to respect it and made the breaking ball look that much better or tougher to hit, actually. And I tell you, he just competes. And, he left the one breaking ball up that, it was hit down the line off the fence. It drove in a couple runs, but for the most part, he didn't make too many mistakes. And, I've said it many times, he can throw the ball 95, 96 miles an hour, but tonight he pitched 90, 91 most of the time and threw some 85-mile-an-hour change-ups to their lefties. And I just thought he pitched, and it was really good to see.
Hagen's been so good for you all year. Just what do you think happened in the first game today?
Yeah, I don't know. He got the first hitter out pretty quick, and I think he got ahead of the second hitter and ended up losing him. And I think he was ahead of the next guy, 0-2, and hit him in the foot with a backdoor or inside type slider, back foot slider. And, then you saw what happened after that. But, yeah, it's really hard to say. I think when they hit the home run, the grand slam, it kind of, it got to him a little bit, obviously, and that's maybe to be expected. But, yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. I knew that they would hit him because they're a really good offensive team, but you just didn't expect it to go down like that.
A lot of home runs today, some for some guys who maybe were breaking out of a little bit of a skid there. Just how good was it to see that there's some juice left in some of those top bats?
Yeah, that was, obviously the first game, that's kind of how we scored. We hit some home runs. It's good to see, Wagner hit that home run tonight, and, Josenberger hit a couple in the first game, took a couple of walks in both games. But, just to put some good swings out there, especially that second game, because I know our guys were tired. The ball that Kendall hit out, if you go back and look at it, it was a good pitch. It was probably a ball, and it was down. And he just went down and got it, shot it out of there. But, whenever you're facing a good team, a lot of times at this level to score, you've got to hit it out of the park. And we did that a couple of times today and gave us a chance to separate just a little bit.
You've been through plenty of rain delays in your day, but just the situation was a little different today, given how the game was going and just knowing what you have for the rest of the weekend. Just what were those situations like for you and your team?
Yeah, that was a strange situation. A lot of times if you have a lightning delay or rain delay, the game's tight or you're still in it, it's a little different. But when you're getting beat by 2 touchdowns, it's, you just kind of want to get through the game, not to get anybody hurt, and get to the second game. Once we got to a certain point, I started resting people, just trying to get ready for the second game.
Hey, Dave, how would you assess your pitching options for tomorrow?
It's not good. I mean, I don't even know who we're going to pitch. Normally I do, and I just don't tell you. I don't know this time for sure. I don't know who we're going to pitch. And we'll just have to talk to him in the morning. There's a couple of guys that maybe threw a little bit today, or one that threw a little today that could start. And you get into maybe some younger guys that be tough throwing them out there in this situation.
You might not have a choice, right?
I got to pitch somebody. Yeah, so I gotta have a choice, but I don't know who it is yet.
Is Hagan one of those guys you're talking about that could come back tomorrow?
I think Hagan could maybe throw a couple innings. I don't think we'd start him.
And I
Yeah.
think Hunter only threw 8 pitches. Could
Yeah.
you bring him back?
Yeah, because he was definitely a guy, if he didn't pitch, to finish that game up, that we were thinking we might be able to pitch him or start him tomorrow if we needed to. So, those two guys could probably throw a little bit, but, I don't feel like I'm going to start either one of them, at least not in the first game.
And these TCU games have not gone well, but you get another crack at them. Just
Yeah.
kind of how do you feel about playing them again?
Well, I'm glad we, get to play another day. You always, when you play this game, anything can happen. So, I think that if we knew that we had somebody just waiting to pitch, it'd make it a little bit easier. But we're going to have somebody really step it up tomorrow and give us some innings, and we're going to have to score. We got to score, but I'm glad we're playing.
On the pitching side of things, is there anyone who would not be available tomorrow? Maybe Tiger, anybody else, or?
Tiger won't be available. I'm not throwing him tomorrow. So I guess other than that, I don't think I'd throw Will. Will would have to, he'd have to talk us into it. So I don't know.
Holt is a back strain. You have any update on him? Could he be potentially play tomorrow?
It's more of a spasm. It's just locked up and where he couldn't hardly move. So I don't know. We'll see how he feels tomorrow. They've got him on all kinds of medicine. So we'll see if something kicks in. But he was moving around a lot better in the dugout. But I don't want to put him out there and he takes a swing or two and he can't move again. I pull him out of the game. It's not. I would say right now, no.
Any more questions for Coach?
The lineup, you had McLaughlin at third. I mean, he made one good play. But what did you think of kind of the shuffling things and putting Borf and Wagner back higher?
Well, I need to get McLaughlin in the lineup and just need to get some offense. We're running out of options, running out of middle infielders. McLaughlin's obviously more of a first baseman. He played third base in junior college for 2 years, but he's a little bigger than he was then. And, he's just a really good hitter. I mean, the first 3 at bats, he hit deep fly ball, RBI, then he lines out twice. The worst ball he hit, he gets a hit. I mean, this game's kind of goofy sometimes, I mean, it's the way it works. And then we had a 2-run homer right after that. So, move those guys back up in the order because I liked what I saw, really maybe more the first game. And I just thought we're going to go down and put those guys where they should be hitting in the batting order.
When you think about, the 18 innings you potentially have tomorrow, and you might start thinking that some of those young guys might have to come through for you on the mound. What do you think about the possibility of maybe one of those guys stepping up to give you something special?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to. Wood's probably going to have to pitch and Bouch, and some of these guys are going to have to get on the mound and give us more than one inning. We're just going to, that first game, we'll just do whatever we got to do to win it. And we survive it. You never know when you get down to one game, anything can happen. So I've been a part of some crazy days. It's going to take a crazy day for us to win 2 tomorrow.
You kind of touched on it earlier about Hagan, but you got your pitchers got up 0-2 several times against TCU the first few innings, but couldn't finish guys off. Was that just a matter of just TCU good at bats, just not being able to finish them off, or what did you see there?
I would say a combination. They have good hitters and they fight you, and yeah, I mean, and maybe we didn't make a pitch, so probably a little bit of both. But got to give credit to TCU. I mean, they've been on fire for 3 weeks, and they haven't slowed down.
BetOnline.ag is your #1 source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest player reports for this year's pro basketball playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. Basketball, MLB, NHL hockey, right down to UFC and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way for you to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games you can play right from your home. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's BLEAV. BLEAV. Bet online, where the game starts.